Hey, good morning. So let's talk a little bit about specific type of prayer today. In Mark 14, starting at verse 32, it says, "And they came to a place which was named Gethsemane, and he saith to his disciples, Sit ye here while I shall pray. And he taketh with him Peter and James and John, and began to be sore amazed and to be very heavy, and saith to them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful unto death. Tarry you here and watch." In other accounts, he actually tells them to pray with him. It says, "And he went forward a little and fell on the ground and prayed that, if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible unto thee. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what thou wilt. And he cometh and findeth them sleeping, and saith unto Peter, Simon, sleepest thou? Couldst not thou watch 1 hour? Watch ye and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak. And again he went away and prayed and spake the same words. And when he returned, he found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. Neither wist they that what to answer him. And he cometh the third time and saith unto them, Sleep on now and take your rest. It is enough. The hour is come. Behold, the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise up, let us go. Lo, he that betrayeth me is at hand. So this was right before, they met with the Lord in the Garden of Gethsemane, and they took him to the, I can't think of the word, but they took him to stand before, the high priest and Pilate and all them. And he knew he was facing. He knew from the beginning of time, he's known that he was going to allow himself to be a sacrifice, that he was going to die for the sins of the people, that he was going to face that certain separation from the Father and go through some intense type of agony. But it got me thinking this morning, because what did he say? Simon Peter, could you not watch and pray with me for 1 hour? All right. So got me thinking a little about prayers. And of course, I hope everyone has a wonderful prayer life. But the fact of the matter is, if you've talked to any amount of Christians, you know that a lot of people struggle to pray, struggle in their prayers. And a lot of times this is just a general prayer life, but we're going to hit like prayers of temptation today. There's been a lot of different prayers, small prayers, short prayers, good ones, strong ones, easy ones. I don't know how you want to say it, but he answers prayers like, save me, help me, help thou my unbelief. He answers prayers of repentance and turning. He answers prayers of forgiveness. He answers when we ask to be more filled with the Spirit, like take more of me. He answers those prayers. He has mercy when we ask him. He shows us things when we need it. He leads us when we ask him to lead it. Bless me, Lord. He'll bless us. Right? There's all different kind of prayers, but what about those prayers of temptation? The ones that are so necessary when you're going into temptation, right? We can ask God, lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. Those are like more of a preventative or preparation prayer, like, Lord. But sometimes you're going to enter temptation. Sometimes you're going to enter that hour, in this case they had. Those times when you're vulnerable, those times when you're suffering, those times when you're facing something that's bigger than normal, that's not usual or typical. There are going to come times of temptation, hours of temptation. And what kind of prayers do we need in that time? Well, first of all, let's just take the very literal sense. What if you did pray for an hour regarding just temptation, getting to the grit with the Lord and saying, hey, this is what I'm facing. I don't know. I can't do. I need you. Whatever the case is, Lord, if I'm not in the flesh, I'm in the spirit, like all the above. A whole hour on him helping you overcome that temptation, because the Bible does say he always makes a way of escape. So when we fall or give into temptation, it's not because the spirit wasn't willing, it's because the flesh is weak, which he said. But those prayers of temptation, they're intentional, they're intense, and they're in good time. They're very specific. We have to be aware, alert, and active, proactive. We can't just hope it's going to turn out for the best. We have a hope, and God is always doing what's best for us, but we have a part. I want you to consider what he even said and prayed, because while he was all God, he was also all human in this instance. And he felt, all the things that we would feel in his humanity. He said, Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me except I drink it, thy will be done. That was the account in Matthew. If it were possible, the hour might pass from him. He prayed that. If it were possible, the hour might pass from me. But then he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible unto thee. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what thou wilt. You realize in a time of temptation, it can seem unbearable, impossible, right? Sometimes you'd even rather die than face what you're facing because it seems so emotionally straining, mentally straining, physically straining, whatever, spiritually straining. Maybe you feel like you're, going to walk away altogether. I don't know your prayer, or excuse me, your hour of temptation. I just know that it's going to be there. But ultimately, our prayer should be that, yes, this is what I want, this is what I desire, but thy will be done. Yours. Yours is better, yours is greater, even if it's a cup of suffering. It's only temporary. It's only for a while. And I'm not saying it's not going to be, impossible almost apart from the Lord, right? Unbearable, difficult, but it will pass. And you will come out of it. And when things die, things resurrect. And so your hour of temptation, your prayers through temptation. All right. What, could you not watch and pray with me for 1 hour? Come on. You could do it. You could do it. I could do it. We can do it. Especially if the Lord's helping us, because again, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing, and he got through. And now sometimes we fall, Peter cursed the Lord 3 times, right? They all forsook him at one point. One even betrayed him. Like, we all fall at times, but we don't have to. We don't have to. All right? Be blessed.